Hey friends and family, welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie. And today I have some gorgeous mini mixes and a Color Trends mix from Jesse James Beads. If you know Jesse James Beads, you know their mixes are amazing. You can do so many things with them. And so I thought I would do a little bit of unboxings on these because we were going to do some projects with these mixes for the fall, and I chose some orange bell pepper, which I thought was really kind of Halloween forward with the orange and also very fall. And I loved this green mix, this Swiss chard mix. So pretty. And then for those that love an explosion of color, this Color Trends mix called Tokyo Nights is fabulous. I mean, it's got every color. It's got some very cool looking beads in here. So we're going to go through these, take a look at them, so we can decide what type of projects we want to do later on. So stay tuned while I get these ready, and we will take a look at all three. So first up, we're going to look at the orange bell pepper. And I will link all of these mini mixes and the Color Trends mix in my description if you want to purchase them. I will put the link so you can click and get to the website and order them. And I love the containers they come in. I always save them. That's kind of a nice little bonus there. And as you can see, we've got a beautiful variety of shades of orange in here. This is called orange bell pepper, which are very tasty, by the way. But let's take a closer look at what's in here. So we've got some gorgeous oblong faceted beads with a coating that I love. I love that. It's like a kind of a fuchsia. Gorgeous. Those are some nice big beads. We've got some beautiful little petal looking tassels, which I love tassels, in kind of a lighter version of the orange. So pretty. I love these faceted squares. Very gorgeous. Super shiny. I love all the different coatings and textures that you get in these mini mixes. We've got three kinds of tassels and all are different. So we have some really cute little silky ones, some little suede, and then we have these really pretty fabric tassels. So three kinds of tassels in one mix. Very nice. And I love the variety of the colors as well. Got some beautiful pearls, almost a coppery orange color. Love that. And look how rich these look. So you're in the same colorway, but you have different treatments on each bead. Some are more opaque than others. Some have the special coating, and some just have a luster. And they're all different shades, but they look beautiful together. And we haven't even introduced any color yet, but if you were to add some other color, which I'll talk about in a minute, you can go even further with these mixes. That's what's nice about these mixes too. This is kind of your base color, but if you wanted to go off on a tangent, you can certainly do that. And if you've been watching my color theory courses, you know the complement to orange is blue. On the color wheel, it's the opposite. So we may pull some blue beads in a minute just to see what that looks like. These are also coated with that really pretty fuchsia aurora borealis type coating. I love that. That little pop of fuchsia. Very pretty drops. Very pretty. And then we have some very true orange rondelles, Also, it looks like they have a little bit of an AB coating. And beautiful, beautiful orange color. Love the facets. Definitely thinking of pumpkins when I look at these. Some little pumpkins. Here are some crackle beads. Now, usually you see these round, but I do like them in the square. Those are nifty looking. So now you got some textural elements. I like the bronze that we've added. That goes very nicely with the orange. We have drops and then some kind of hammered oval spacer beads. Very pretty. Very complimentary of our palette. And also some really, really pretty bead caps. So in these mixes, you know, you get spacer beads, you get bead caps, you get drops, tassels, very wide variety of things that you can make just a ton of things with. These are gorgeous. I love how ornate those look. Now we're heading into some gold. And that's another thing that Jessie James Beads mixes. You'll get a mixture of metals, and I think that makes for a very rich looking palette when you've got a mixture. Those are really beautiful. They almost look like a vase, like a fancy antique vase. And looks very nice with our bronze. So there's your mixture. It just adds a richness, I think, to the mix. Now, got some more rondelles, kind of in a very subtle peach, but again, it has that beautiful coating. Love that. These are stunning. Little flowers. They're flat on the back, but on either side of a beautiful bead, or in an earring with a little tiny bead, kind of like the center of the flower. Those are really pretty. Love those. Again, in gold. Little tiny orange rondelles, also in that true orange. A little lighter than the other ones. And then you've got some really little ones in a deeper orange. So different sizes, different saturations of the color. Also makes something very interesting. Then we have, these guys are coated too. More rondelles, more subtle, with also that coating again. So those little containers pack a lot. There are possibilities galore in a mini mix. Love the rhinestone rondelles. I mean, rhinestone spacers. I just love adding just a tiny bit of sparkle, and that's what those do. And then these are really neat. They're little. They look like they're table cut a little bit. They're frosty in some spots, and they're shiny in others. And again, they have that coating that we love. So let's talk about this mix for just a second. I'm just going to bring everything together again. It is just gorgeous. I mean, we've got it like 8 or 9 different iterations of orange in this mix. So pretty. And if you wanted to, like I said, play around with like a complementary color, you could just introduce like a blue, like a seed bead. I just want you to see. So here's your orange. And if you found a blue mix on the website of Jessie James Beads, you could do that too. Turquoise would be very pretty with this. But look at what the blue does for that. So there's your opposites on the color wheel. If you're not familiar with my color theory courses, I will link those. And also, like I said, I will link the product for Jesse James beads. But yeah, once you get one of these mixes, you're getting such a variety, but you're also have possibilities with color because you're getting so many different shapes and coatings and textures and, you know, saturations of that color. You can do a lot with it. So this is the Orange Bell Pepper mini mix. And we're going to segue into the Swiss Chard mini mix next. Okay, so let's take a look at the Swiss Chard mini mix, which is a beautiful collection of greens. Love. Green is one of my favorite colors, so I had to get me some Swiss Chard, of course. Oh man, that looks really, really pretty. First of all, look at the beautiful tassels. Again, we've got some tassels in that beautiful kind of teal color. And I love these. I call these fairy skirts, but I just love them. So, so cute. So, adorable tassels. Off to a great start. Beautiful dragonfly, which I also love, in several shades of that beautiful green. These are some, looks like some polymer clay beads. Aren't those fun? Those have a little bit of blue in them. So again, we could bring some blue into this mix, and that would make it more of an analogous color scheme rather than a complementary color. We'll look at that in a minute. But I love those. Love those little swirly tube beads, and these are really pretty. Love those crystals. They've got a very interesting kind of shape at the bottom, comes to a point, and they're faceted, quite interesting. I really do like those. Those make great earrings. Another little beautiful shade of emerald. Here's a very subtle kind of mint green. Beautiful. Kind of picks up the mint green in that dragonfly. Gorgeous bead caps in gold. I love the green and the gold together. Again, you can mix your metals. Some oxidized silver would also be nice with this. As you can see, we have some kind of gray tones. So you could definitely do some silver. So we have some bead caps here in gold. Looks like more of a bronze spacer bead. More of a bronze. Beautiful metal bead with all the little cutouts. Love that. More rondelles with the beautiful rhinestones for some sparkle. Some sparkle. Really gorgeous. So they've mixed their metals quite nicely, I'll say. I love the way the bronze looks also with that green. Then we have some coin beads in kind of a AB finish. Love the faceting on those. I'm just going to move them around so you can see how pretty that faceting is, and also the coating. And this is more, I mean, it's very, very light, kind of watery green, almost to gray. And that's why I said even like some gunmetal would look nice with this palette. Here's those gray, smoky gray rondelles, also with a beautiful facet and treatment. Then we have some drops. These are a little bit more green. A little more green in those than those rondelles. Very subtle, but super pretty. Again, I love all the different plays on the different shades of green. You have a more opaque set of rondelles here, in more of a teal color and a dark green. So teal, which is heading more into blues. Got a little gray in there as well. Really pretty. Very pretty mix. These are interesting because they're coated on one side with kind of a vitriol, and then the other side is kind of a milky white. So very interesting looking beads there. Beautiful teal bicones. Love those. And now you have some more, here's a more of a kind of a blue teal. So definitely you could go in the direction of more blue with this mix if you wanted to expand on this. And like I said, these beads have some blue in them as well. And so we had those blue beads out. We'll experiment with those in a bit. I'm going to move these over here. More of a true green, round, faceted, more of an evergreen, really. Very pretty. And then you also have them in kind of a smaller rondelle. Adorable. It's just a refreshing color. These are very pretty. Also in kind of a lighter mint, but those have a nice coating on them as well. Some very pretty, little tiny, but very detailed dragonflies in gold. And a stray spacer from when I was looking at earlier. So yeah, so this is another mix where, you know, it's different textures, different coatings, different treatments, different shapes. You've got a hint of some blues, a hint of some grays. So, you know, again, with those seed beads I had out earlier, again, you could pull in some of this blue. That's really pretty. You could also go in another direction and pull in some aqua. Aqua goes very nicely. This is more, like I said, of an analogous color scheme. So look what the aqua and the blue do with this. That expands it even more. And if you want to get really crazy, I mean really crazy, you could add some fuchsia. Because green and red are opposite on the color wheel. And this teal and the fuchsia look really great together. So now this is more of a warm tone and this is a cool tone. And you're dealing with complements. So play with your colors, especially with these mini mixes. They're gorgeous on their own. You don't need to do a thing with them other than use them. But if you want to expand your horizons, you get little hints. Like this little bead right here with the blue in it, you know, kind of informs you that you could go into the blues and it would be very, very cool. So that's the analogous color scheme. If you go in the way of the blues and the greens, you can certainly add more green, more mint green. And so the mini mixes are really great for not only stash building, but you can just take them and make them your own by playing around with the color. And that's something that I think Jesse James Beads mixes do for you. They're very thoughtfully put together already. So you're not going to have any trouble making something gorgeous. But if you want to just take it a step further and play with it a little, make it your own, you add some more colors to it. So last but not least, we're going to take a look at the Color Trends Mix Tokyo Nights, which is super, super colorful and full of energy and very impactful. And then I will let you go. So give me a second. I'll be right back with the Tokyo Nights Color Mix Trend. All right, so take a look at this eye candy. Color Trends Tokyo Nights. It looks neon, it looks exciting, it looks urban, it looks like a night on the town, doesn't it? So let's dig into this because I can't wait. I love all the colors I'm looking at. And boy, there's a lot of them. This is a very exciting mix. I like lots of color. I love to play with color. And as I've said before, Jesse James beads, boy, they know color, they know shape, they know texture. They have artists that work for them that put these mixes together, and it's just very obvious. So when you get a mix like this, you're going to knock it out of the park just by that palette alone. So I'm very excited. Oh, I still have these beads out. Very excited to take a look at what's in this beautiful Color Trends mix. So it looks like we've also got some mixed metals in here. So right off the bat, the fuchsia is just screaming my name. And we've got these beautiful frosty round beads, but you also have some faceted drops in kind of a metallic, also in that pretty fuchsia color. Stunning. Love that you've got shiny and matte mixing together. Beautiful purple pearls. Look at the luster on those. So, so pretty. And again, we've got some bicones and kind of a metallic treatment. So same color, but completely different treatment. Those are more shiny. These are more matte. Really gorgeous. Green with the beautiful coating. Love those drops. And then we also have kind of a yellow green in these little miracle beads. So pretty. Yellow beads in kind of an opaque rondelle, but also clear rondelles in bigger. Very energetic mix. Beautiful orange. I'm reminded of the mini mix we just looked at, our orange pepper mix. And then kind of more of a reddish, or then maybe that is red. Some red rondelles, red and orange. This would be a great mix to do like a rainbow project with, I think. Here is some beautiful big blue, kind of turquoise blue, aquamarine really, kind of a deep aqua. Different size rondelles. And then what grounds it all to me, and what's so brilliant about like a mix like this, because you've got all these bright colors, the black in this really grounds the other colors and makes them pop even more. So you've got some beautiful square faceted beads, and you have some very pretty drum-shaped rondelle faceted beads. And if that weren't enough, you also have these beautiful beads with the bumps in kind of a pattern, also drum shaped. And then you have little ones that are way sparkly. So again, different textures, but still in that black color. And then to kind of tie it all together, you have these gorgeous barrel-shaped beads in a vitriol finish that pick up almost every color in the rainbow, which is just amazing. I actually bought 2 of these mixes because I really want to play with this, and I just love it so much. Oh, I love all that color. And then very fun, we have a mixture of metals. We've got silver, beautiful rhinestone, big rhinestone spacer beads, and some little tiny ones, also in silver. Beautiful. Love it. So that's the silver, and then same thing in the gold. But you have, now if you notice, these crystals have the Aurora Borealis, so it's picking up a bunch of those colors. These do not have the Aurora Borealis. And they are slightly different, and this one is kind of oblong sections. This is more of a channel setting. So there's little subtle differences, but I think it's very cool when you have just different mixtures of things. And that's, like I said, what's so great about their mixes. Their Color Trends mixes and their mini mixes, they're just so versatile. You can do so much. Here are some more little tiny gold. I love these for just little pops of sparkle in places. You get quite a few in this mix, which is nice. And then some round beads with the rhinestones, some gold ones. So, you know, you've got some complementary colors here in your orange and your blue. So you could do a project with just those and maybe throw in some black, right? Or we also have some red and then green, so also complements. This is why this is such a vibrant little mix here. And then we've got our purple and our yellow. So you have your primary colors and your secondary colors, basically. Check that out. And then they added some fuchsia, which is fun. And then we ground all of that with the black, which makes it just very dramatic. And then we mix our metals. That's just a clever mix. Clever, fun, energetic, exciting. I think, like I said, at night, I think of nighttime with all the neon lights. You know, I love that they named it Tokyo Nights because, you know, it's a big city, a lot of energy, a lot going on. And at nighttime, like New York City and other big cities, they have that nighttime energy with all the bright colors and the neon and the all against a dark backdrop. So this is a very cool mix. I can't wait to play with this. I can't wait to play with all of them. I will link all of these, of course, like I said, in my description, along with the first 2 videos I did with my color wheel. So you can kind of get, you know, if you know anything about color, you're probably understanding what I'm talking about. If you need to brush up or you want to learn more about color theory, it's kind of my thing. And a lot of people have learned a lot on my channel with color. So if you want to experiment with color, you want to get more creative with color, you want to get more confident with color, check out those videos. It is something I always talk about. And as I've said before, with Jesse James beads, they are the masters of the bead mix and colors, textures, coatings, findings. I mean, you cannot go wrong with any of these mixes. And then if you get several, you can mix your mixes. Like the green and the orange would be very pretty. You could pull some of these in here as well. So, like I said, you can't go wrong. I think that they're wonderful. They come in way more colors than what I've got here, the mini mixes. And of course, also the Color Trends are just amazing. And I love this Tokyo Nights. This is my favorite, I think, out of the 3. But I love all of them. So thanks for joining me. Do pick up some mixes from Jesse James Beads and Play. I think that you will be very happy. And it's delightful to get in the mailbox. And they're just wonderful people over there. And they have a great Facebook group, a secret stash group you can join. They do summer camps, winter workshops coming up. I will link that as well. That is 10 classes with some great jewelry designers. You get everything you need for the classes sent to you in a big, amazing package. It's so exciting and so much fun. So I just can't say enough about it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care of your sweet selves. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and wherever you are in the world and whatever it is you're doing. Take care of yourselves and your families and be safe. And I will see you on the next video.